Alright, I'm back doing another one of these guys. It's time for the Allied faction. So first of all, here is the Allied construction yard. A notable quirk of the Allied construction yard is that unlike the Soviets, it constructs within its own command queue, as you can see right here, and then you place it on the ground completely built, unlike the Soviets who do it on the ground.
Complete.
So it's the Allied barracks, no changes here. Allied armor facility, here the power plants look like, or refineries, etc. Now the notable for the Allies is the Defense Bureau right here. This is how they unlock certain technologies and units, such as the pacifier and the future tank, which I'll get to later, and base defenses. On to the units. This is the Peacekeeper. It is known for using a shotgun in battle, contrary to a normal assault rifle.
Blow 'em away!
Like such, as well as a riot shield, which reduces all damage to it, but forces it to move much slower.
Move it forward.
This is the Javelin Soldier, which is equipped with a rocket launcher, and it also has a laser-guided mode right here that requires it to lock on much faster, but it fires much faster. This is the Attack Dog, as you can see right. It is the anti-infantry unit of the Allied faction. It can one-hit infantry.
Unit lost.
As well as use an amplified bark to stun enemy infantry. This guy is a spy. It is an infiltration unit. These are used to infiltrate enemy buildings. And these guys specifically can disguise themselves as other units.
Indeed.
And sneak behind enemy lines. They also have an ability called Bribe, which for 1,000 of these credits, you can bribe any enemy units nearer to your side. This is the Cryo Legionnaire. These guys use cryo technology to freeze things. Simple enough, and they also have a booster pack that allows them to jump. As such, they can crush enemies under them with it. This is Special Agent Tanya. She is the commando of the Allied faction, and she can take down infantry very quickly and destroy buildings and vehicles by infiltrating them and blowing them up with C4. Also, the only called a time belt that links her back a few seconds in time. Very powerful unit. Onto the vehicles. This is the Riptide ACV. It is an anti-infantry transport vehicle. As you can see here, it can hold units of all kinds and evacuates them using a special ability. This is the Guardian tank, the main battle tank of the Allied faction. This guy has a lot of firepower, and also has an ability called the Target Painter that allows other units to deal more damage to it than they normally would.
Guardian tank at your service.
This is the Multi-Gunner IFV. It has both an anti-air unit, it has an anti-armor unit, but it has a special ability to garrison any infantry inside of it, which allows it to obtain its certain ability. In this case, a Peacekeeper gives it an anti-infantry shotgun. Now this is the Pacifier FAV. It is notable in that it has both powerful anti-infantry guns, as well as called Grand Cannon, which is a long-range artillery. It cannot move while it is deployed, but it has a very long range, which is not being shown here for the sake of secrecy.
Under control.
Orbitals online too, sir.
This is the Athena Cannon, another artillery unit used by the Allies. They use an orbital defense network to call down lasers to destroy enemy units and structures. They also have something called the Aegis Shield, which allows them to create a shield around them to block fire.
Nearest tank operational.
So this right here is the Mirage tank. This is an advanced anti-armor unit of the Allies. It fires spectrums of light which it has a special ability to disguise itself as nearby aesthetic things like the street.
Camouflage. Standing
In
by.
this case, it is a truck. And it
Bonjour,
also has a ability
Commander.
called the gap generator that hides any friendly units underneath it from enemy view. However, it cannot attack or disguise when in a swarm. Now this is the Future Tank X1, the super heavy battle tank of the Allies. They have an ability called the Neutron Scrambler, which is an area of effect tank blast, and an ability called the Riot Beam, which fires these very powerful beams that can destroy most units and structures in one hit. Onto the Air Force, right here. The Allies, most of their aircraft is contained in these airfields.
Just say the word.
This is the Vindicator.
Just
This
watch.
is the early game tactical support aircraft. They can bomb a certain location with their collection of bombs. In here should be the Apollo fighters. Yes, right here.
Apollo here.
So these are the air superiority jets. They
Shred
can
'em.
very quickly tear apart
Show the ground.
enemy aircraft that cannot attack the ground. This is the Crowdcopter.
Overhead.
This is the support aircraft. It does not have any weapons, but it can freeze things.
He needs to chill.
You've seen freeze stuff already. And it can also use an ability called the Shrink
Reducers
Red,
all set.
which shrinks any
Here I come.
enemy vehicle, which can be crushed by any vehicle in the game, but moves much faster and has less capabilities of attack. Now onto the
Just
Sentry
give us the
Bombers,
order.
which are carpet bombing heavy aircraft.
Snazzy, anyone?
They have a lot of health, and they can deal
yes.
a lot of damage.
Need an
They
ice
also
sculpture.
notably
En route.
notably carry infantry, which they are capable of paratrooping.
On alert. Jeff, on deck.
Okay, well, we do that. This is
something
the Harpy
fun for me?
ship, the most powerful aircraft of the Allies. It has collider cannons,
Yep.
which are based on a super weapon, which we'll discuss later, that deal heavy damage to
Well,
enemy
looky
units
here.
and structures, as well as a chain gun that allows them to
Fine by me.
deal quick
Mulch 'em.
and fast damage to a certain area or unit. They have a
What's
lot
that
of health.
command?
They're very tanky.
Fine as cream
Here are
gravy.
sentry bombers in
Check
action.
those bomb doors. Good luck out there, boys.
Here we go. Now onto the Navy. This is the Dolphin, the basic anti-ship unit that the Allies have at the start of the game. They use sound waves to attack enemy ships, and have an ability called the High Jump, which allows them to jump out of the water over a long distance to dodge attacks.
Let's have a good time.
This is the Hydrofoil, which is an anti-aircraft Navy unit, which I don't have any aircraft here to shoot at. And they also have a ability called the Weapon Jammer that prevents enemy
Let's take her out
vehicles
for a
from
cruise.
attacking.
What do you have,
For
Commander?
example.
They have nowhere to turn. Yup. This is a no-fire zone.
As you can see, this you cannot
Of
attack.
course, my friend. Finest in
Now
the
this
fleet.
is the Assault Destroyer,
We've got a
which
new heading.
is the anti-submarine unit of the Allies. They can deal damage to enemy submarines, like the Soviet Akula sub,
Copy that, helmsman.
and have a lot of damage and a lot of health. They attack really slowly though, and have an ability called the Black Hole Armor, which draws in enemy fire in this radius to them, which is very
What do you
useful
have,
when you want to
Command?
defend things
Make
like
some
as
waves.
your long-range siege
Calling
units.
proud.
This is the aircraft carrier lead long-range siege unit.
To
It
the
fires
skies.
unarmed, it fires armed, unmanned aircraft called Sky Knights that bomb a certain location,
Allied air
as
fleet.
well as a missile called the Blackout Missile, which
Fire the EMP.
depowers anything. Which depowers all this stuff. As you can see, all this stuff is shut down. Come on to the base defenses. It's the multi-gunner turret. It behaves very
New
similarly
construction options.
It behaves very similarly to a multi-gunner IMV. However, it is a base defense and does a bit more damage. It's the Spectrum Power, the anti-armor advanced base defense. This can only attack ground targets, while this spec can attack air targets. However, it is very powerful. Okay, super weapons. Wait, no, before that. The Allies expand using prospectors right here, which
sirree.
which take a while to expand. And this is the Allied MCV.
What is your request?
That behaves like any normal MCV. Now, command hubs, as you can see here, unlike the Soviets, tech up on their own, so you have to upgrade them with heightened and max clearance, which is how the Allies tech up. And individual construction yards require this as well.
Construction complete.
Okay, now onto the super weapons. This is the
Select target.
Chronosphere, which is the Allied super weapon, specifically, that allows you to transport groups of units around the battlefield to any part within your vision. And finally, we have the Proton Collider, which is the most powerful weapon in the Allied
Select
arsenal.
target.
As all ultimate weapons, it takes a while to charge, but it causes mass destruction in any area that it attacks at.
Unit lost.